So, viewers, joining me now are the two very special guests from San Francisco, the parents of Suchir Balaji, Indian American techie, who was found mysteriously inside his San Francisco apartment on December 26. The police in San Francisco has to say that it is a case of suicide, but family is alleging that there is something beyond that. It cannot be a clear case of suicide. Joining me now is Purnima Rao ma'am and Balaji sir, parents of Suchir Balaji. Thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18. I know you and your family is going through tough times. Thank you for doing this interview. And before starting the interview, let me tell this to your family on behalf of my network that we are standing rock solid with your family as far as this fight is concerned. So, whenever, whatever is required, do let us know.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah. Purnima ma'am, first of all, would like to ask you that this his body was found on December 26th, after which the police in San Francisco has to say that it's a clear case of suicide. But I have gone through your social media post in which you have written about blood stain, some struggle in the bathroom, etc.,
Yes.
etc. Talk to us a little bit about it. What the police investigators are saying and what the private investigators are saying.
Our private investigation is still in very, very early stage, and
Okay.
police have not done any investigation. They
Okay.
took 40 minutes to make their cause of their determination,
Okay.
and they did not take into conclusion there was no suicide note. They didn't even, a medical examiner didn't even check with me what was his mental state. There are
Okay.
a couple of factors that are very vital to make a determination. They were all brushed off.
Okay.
And past 2 weeks, we have been trying our best to reach the medical examiner's office, chief of police, and every day our attorney tells a different story. Day before
Okay.
yesterday, he said it's a homicide, and then yesterday he said it's a suicide, and they're closing the case.
Hmm. Okay. And what made you believe that this is not a case of suicide? Did you find anything to inside the apartment? Did you find anything suspicious?
Yes, his like there was sign of searching for something in the bedroom, and in
Okay.
the bathroom, like dustbin had fallen down, and the
Okay.
blood spots like near the sink were separate from the main bloodstream. And
Okay.
what they told is he was sitting, but there is movement of the blood.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
very difficult for us to describe all these things. Unfortunately, since our attorney did not support us, we
Hmm.
have to do these investigations on our own. And we also believe that his desktop was ransacked
Okay.
because we found it to be on that day.
Okay.
And when he is a very secretive person, and he had a password. And
Okay.
it was not December 26th, as you earlier said, it was November 26th. November
Yeah.
26th, when police went, they say the computer was on.
Okay.
And why would it be on for 3 days? Computer will sleep for some time, right? After
Yeah.
being awake sometime, that was
Yeah.
not the. And another observation we had was in the Chrome,
Hmm.
the cache, you have heard of the cache, right? The storage
Hmm.
cache for the Google
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
That temp data was deleted prior to we bringing it home.
Okay.
29th November is the earliest timestamp we have for the temp files. This is something that so one of our investigation is to
What
find
files, ma'am? Can you repeat it again?
the temp files.
Okay. Okay.
Temp files should be there for the history of the Google Drive.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Those temp files were only when we started accessing it. So
Okay.
we want some forensic expert to look at it.
Okay.
And we have journal that he wrote up to November 15th. There's
Okay.
nothing disturbing in that journal. We have
Oh,
downloaded his chat was already downloaded. We
okay.
went through each and every chat message he had with his friends. There was nothing disturbing. And he went on a vacation for 1 week
Hmm.
with his friends. He was upbeat. He
Hmm.
came back from vacation on 22nd afternoon,
Hmm.
and he spoke to Balaji, my husband. He was very happy. In fact, when he got down from LA in Uber,
Hmm.
Leasing office saw him coming down with big suitcases. He said he was happy and he said he came from LA.
So, was he alone that day in that apartment? And did you people go through the CCTV footages?
He was alone, and the CCTV footage was not shared with us. Police
Okay.
say that they went through it, but we have been demanding through our private investigator to get the CCTV footage from 2 to 3 days before and 2 days after. We are not, because of lobbying, we're not getting any support. So right now, I'm going to write to, like I'm going to write and create a motion for holding on the CCTV footage as well. That's
Okay.
our demand to the leasing office.
Ma'am, we also saw a post from Elon Musk. In fact, he is supporting your claim. So, are
Yes.
you in touch with him or his office, or perhaps are they assuring some sort of help or assistance to you?
At this moment, he's just supporting and he believes it's a murder.
Hmm.
He also tweeted to his friend as well. I think his name is, I don't know his name, but he obviously, apparently, he wrote to him as well. It's very concerning. At this point of time, like our first best bet is to gather all the evidence. Then we can reach out to any authorities. We can reach out to Elon. And also, like anything we do in San Francisco, lobbying is very, very powerful.
Tech lobby is
Nothing.
very powerful. Yeah, tech lobby is very powerful. And your son was critical of the entire AI technology emerging. He started working on Web GPT in 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that eventually got evolved into Chat GPT. And
Yes.
your son has contributed immensely in the development of Chat GPT. Then he parted his ways from OpenAI, and he started openly criticizing how these AI companies are infringing data, perhaps breaking laws. He made several social media posts. He, in fact, gave interview to New York Times, and there is also a suit which has been filed in the court in which he was a witness. And perhaps I have been told that if he had testified, that would have been a very, very big blow to the American tech industry. Talk to us a little bit about this particular angle.
Yeah, this is actually very concerning for us. We were not aware that he has gone and stood as a witness. What has been told is he had the document to prove the copyright violation. If you
Hmm.
look at the corroboration, like it's not, we haven't got to the bottom of it. The corroboration is November 21st, there is a news from New York Times that
Hmm.
OpenAI deleted the evidence,
Hmm.
that is the data given for discovery that would prove the copyright. And a few days after, my son, who was a witness, is also gone. So
Hmm.
they are trying to win this case left hook or crook. But
Hmm.
we need to get data to prove it. At this moment, it's only our opinion, it's only our concern. It's not fact.
But do you think that it could be tech lobby behind your son? Did he ev-
Obviously.
did he ever share anything, perhaps any kind of threat he has received, or anything, since he was so vocal against the tech lobby? He had some information which was clandestine in nature, and if he had testified or perhaps had spilled the beans, then that would have been a big blow to the tech industry. Have Has he ever shared anything?
He's not said anything about those details, but whenever I ask about OpenAI, there was anger in him. He
Okay.
wouldn't talk. And
Okay.
one specific sentence is very, very crystal clear for me. He just sat in the same sofa where we are sitting. They'll go
Hmm.
bankrupt. He
Hmm.
just blurted. And like, I was shocked because never in his life he
He
never
used to
said
tell you
anything.
that they will go bankrupt, or
Yes.
I will
It
make
is
them
the
go
anger he
bankrupt.
had towards them.
Okay, okay, okay.
The anger. He expressed anger and frustration towards them.
So he
That
meant
is
so he meant that I will go. I will make them bankrupt. I will make them go bankrupt.
possibly, you got it.
Okay,
He didn't
okay,
say I will make them, but he said they will go bankrupt. So this is the only clue he's given us.
okay,
So he had
okay,
plans. He was very angry when he said that.
okay. Okay.
He's a very quiet person. He doesn't talk much all the time. But as a mother, I know his heartbeat. I know what goes on in his mind. His friends report us that during the trip, he spoke
Mm.
vocally against. He hated him.
Okay. 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 And did he ever share anything that why he hated him, why he has so much anger against the OpenAI, and why he has parted his ways? Has he ever shared anything? You must have asked him at that time. Yeah.
Absolutely. But he didn't say why he's parting. He said he's taking a break. What is concerning us is very importantly, he had such key role in AI. He was one of the top 10 people
Yes.
in.
Yes. Yes.
So why did he not take up another job? Why he said he's taking 1 year gap and
Hmm.
he was leaving AI industry. He was planning to start a new company, a non-profit in the medical and neuroscience field with
Hmm.
machine learning.
Hmm.
Why would he do that unless they have threatened him? That's the reason he had anger towards them. My guess is based on this thing they have done to him, he didn't want to be quiet and he started going against them, and that caused loss of his life.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any other thing to share? Any other information that you have, or perhaps you have understood in the course of investigation that you would like to highlight?
The cause of death doesn't seem to be what the police are saying.
Okay. Okay.
We
Any
actually,
any word from OpenAI?
you know what bothers us?
Hmm.
They haven't, his former boss gave so much compliments about the work he did.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
a single word from OpenAI. And they're just making a show of themselves that they're supporting the family. And when they tried to, they pushed us left and right to get
Hmm.
on phone with them, to get on the Zoom call with them. Why? They wanted to use us to get the sympathy from PR so people will not talk against them.
Hmm.
They could have supported us in any way, right? Like we're trying
Hmm.
to raise funds and all. They haven't
Hmm.
done anything. But they claim to make statements to get their support. It's again another lobbying effort or whatever you call.
But do you
I
think
don't know.
that Elon Musk's support could help you get justice for your son?
We believe so. We believe so. Actually, our best
He's.
bet is to get the complete investigation done,
Hmm.
get to the bottom of it. There are many different thorough investigations are needed here. Even if they have prepared, like my biggest concern is toxicology report is made up.
Hmm.
My biggest concern is pictures can be morphed.
Hmm.
We're demanding the complete detailed report. Once we get hold of detailed report, then we see what we can do.
So you have to say that right now, whatever investigation police has conducted, uh, and they arrived at a conclusion in just 40 minutes.
Police have not even done the worst thing is our attorney.
Hmm.
He comes and tells it's
Hmm.
suicide. When I ask him back, hey, have you seen the crime scene pictures?
Hmm.
Have you seen the report? What makes you conclude? He has no answer. So
And no
why
dying and no dying declaration also. No letter, no email, nothing.
nothing, nothing. And also, the medical examiner is the one who's done the investigation. It hasn't been passed to police at all. Medical examiner's office is where lobbying is there. People say, oh, chief medical examiner lives near OpenAI. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So
What's his
there is,
name?
uh, his name is, he's the executive director. And also, if
And
you take,
what's his area of work in US?
he's
Because
a
I'm not
medical
very
examiner,
well aware about.
medical examiner.
So he does autopsy.
No, he
Ah,
is the executive director of medical examiner's office.
okay, okay.
And if you want to take a note of this, please,
Hmm,
2 weeks, there was
hmm,
no news of it, right? It was very
hmm,
silent.
hmm.
And what we did was through our attorney, we started pushing police to investigate. When they came to know that, they announced the suicide news. And who came to announce the suicide news? executive director of medical examiner's office, that high up.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
comes and says there's no foul play.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why is there so much interest in this
And
case at
after
that?
how many? And after how many days?
This is after 2 weeks
After 2 weeks.
or
Okay.
3 weeks rather. So like there are a lot of things like this, right?
Hmm.
And what unfortunately, whether it's fear or racism, we don't know. US media is not really supporting as much.
Hmm.
If it were a
Hmm.
black or a white, probably there might have been more news. ABC network took our interview. It's not relayed yet. We're waiting.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Could be
But
lobby.
but do you fear for your life, your husband's life now?